So welcome everyone to this Embodiment Café number 5. Today is the 30th of May 2022 and it's the Monday at 1:15 p.m. as usual. So today we will talk about why is it sometimes so difficult to get out of some difficult situations, in the sense why is it difficult to choose, for example, to start an embodiment practice, or why is it difficult to ask for an embodiment coaching session, or why it is difficult to ask for help for something else, to a friend or to a specialist. Why do we prefer to stay in a difficult situation instead of doing some steps to get out of it? So let's say that this situation in which we are, it's a painful situation. Yeah? It's not a dramatic one, but it's something that it's a little bit not so comfortable to stay inside. So nevertheless, even if it's so painful, we have first of all, we have some assumptions which are telling us that we have to stay in this situation. So, for example, we have some problem in our job, or we cannot really communicate with some colleagues, and we go on telling us, but this colleague is a little bit difficult to talk with, or I don't really have time to work on this topic with this colleague, or I'm always running, or I don't have time, or it's really like that. We don't really, we are not really able to interact with each other. Or, for example, there is a situation which is we are falling repeatedly inside. Like, for example, when I was in university, I had to repeat, I don't know how many times, one exam. And each time that I was going there, I was already sure that I would have failed it, because I was failing it already the time before. And I did not like the professor. I did not like how he was managing the notes. I didn't like the books that we had, which were not books, but were his notes. And I did not like many things. So I had my assumption that I knew that I would have not been able to pass the exam. So all these assumptions are bringing us to make sure that we will stay in this difficult or painful situation, because they're telling us, for example, in my case with the exam, you will fail it. You didn't study enough. Or in the case of a colleague, it's a difficult relation that we have. No, it's not working. And for sure, then we create our own picture of the situation, where we say in our head, or we feel in our body, that we deserve to be in this situation, because, and we have all our excuses. And then there are also, of course, I'm talking about excuses, and those excuses are instead are like pillows. So let's say this situation is not nice room where we have to stay or sit. And on the ground, there are nails coming up. And at a certain point, we are tired and we want to sit down, but there are nails and it's not really comfortable. It's painful. But we have our excuses, and our excuses are those pillows, which are thin, by the way, because they're not really nice and soft. They are really thin, but putting them on the ground are helping us not to feel so much that nail which is getting up and sticking, yeah, and stinging us and pinching us and so on. So our excuses are like pillows, which are helping us to make the situation more cozy. So the assumptions are telling us that it's like it is, it's really like that. You cannot do anything about it because it's like it is. It's really like making a clear statement that is. And the excuses are making the situation more cozy so that we can rely on them if in case we need to change something, yeah, but it's like that because of something else. So in my case, in university, when I had to study and prepare for the exam, it was getting difficult also to study and to finish the whole program. And I had the excuse when I was arriving at the exam that I had not enough studied, and it was really true. And I created my excuses, I created my pillows, thin pillows, because anyway, it was really painful then to do the exam. But I created my excuses so that I could really say, yeah, but it's like that. I take my responsibility. I created this thing. It is like that. Yeah. So also some kind of responsibility. Yeah, I was creating something so that I was feeling also more mature. But nevertheless, I was trying to stay in this hole, in this situation, which was really painful for me. Same for, I don't know, in a job with a colleague or in the family or with the neighbor or whatever, name it. You can see the assumptions that you have, and you can see all the excuses that you create to stay in that painful situation. So the third point, which keeps us into the painful but cozy situation, is that situation, even if it's painful but cozy, we know it. We know exactly how it is. We know the pros and the cons. We know how to deal with it. We know how to manage inside. We know how to anyway create a dialogue, not dialogue with the colleague with whom we cannot really create a dialogue, yeah, for example. And instead, the future that we want to go to, or the other situation that we would like to live and create, it's so far away from us. And it's something that we don't know yet. Because future, let's face it, we don't know it. And it's completely unplannable. We can create our plans, we can say what we desire, we can also try to manage to create our future, but let's face it, life is unplannable. We cannot really say this will be like that in the future, yeah? What we know for sure is the present moment, is this painful situation where we are, and what is sure is that we don't know how it will be that future. If I have to put so much effort and put so much energy to get out of this situation, which is painful but cozy, I know it, and going outside of this situation, and at the end not knowing where I'm going to and what it will be, why should I? I mean, do I really have to put so much energy and so much pressure on me to get out of something that I know, to go to somewhere on another future, towards another future that I don't know? Come on, I mean, who would do it? Okay, visionary, okay, I see a beautiful future, I'll go towards it, okay. But sometimes it's really more difficult than this. And so this insecurity towards the future and this unsafety, like we know our present and we are safe in our present and safe also in the painful situation, yeah, in the not so comfortable but cozy situation. And we are feeling unsafe in the future, but just because we don't know it and we don't know how to reach it. So remember, it's because we are feeling unsafe in something that we are not in already, because it's the future and we cannot experience the future. We can just think about it, vision, make a picture, but we don't know how it will really be. So this safe, unsafe, secure, unsecure, painful but cozy, and who knows how it will be, it's creating us enough excuses to stay where we are. But if you know that you're not feeling comfortable in one situation, that there is a topic which is really bothering you, that there is really something that you would like to change, but you don't know how, and it's difficult, and you know that they're making excuses, blah, 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 and so on. How do you change? Is there any possibility to change really? Or are we kind of obliged to stay in our painful but sure and secure and safe and cozy situation? No, we are not obliged, yeah? In the moment that you experience that there is something that is not working, you can go on working on it. But how to manage to jump this gap, yeah? Because it's really a gap, yeah? It's like we need an energy of activation to get out, yeah? So I can suggest like a little exercise that you can do, but you have to do it really consciously and seriously, yeah? Okay, so let's see how you can do this. See yourself how you are now. Okay, like how you are now. Choose one topic or one situation that you don't like and that you would like to change in the future. Not tomorrow, or unless it's easy to change, then okay. That's something that, okay, you know that it will need some time, it needs some energy of activation, like some effort that you have to put inside, not something dramatic, please, but really something that can be changed in the next future. Choose. Okay. Then write down, if you have paper and pen or paper and pen, write it down. Then look at yourself tomorrow, staying in this same situation. I guess nothing has changed. You're still comfortable, I guess. Painful but cozy is still okay. Yeah, my excuses, but nothing happened. I can still deal with it. Now look at yourself in this same situation or with this topic 3 months from now. How is your life? How do you see yourself? Do you feel something in you? If you look yourself in your daily life, like day after day, what you have to do, and 3 months from now, staying in this situation, yeah, not changing, in this situation, 3 months from now, how are you? How do you see yourself? How do you feel? Okay? Then see yourself 1 year from now in this same painful situation with the same topic. Yeah, some sensations arising, something a little bit more uncomfortable. Maybe the pillows are not enough now. Then what you did in this year to stay in your painful but cozy situation, how you are projected in 10 years. How do you see yourself? What are you doing in 10 years from now? But remember, you're still in this same situation, yeah? So probably there are some sensations and some emotions which are arising now. And maybe they're a little bit stronger. See if you can deal with them. See if you can stay with them for a little bit more, some more minutes, then we shake it off, okay? But some more minutes, stay with those uncomfortable sensations and uncomfortable emotions which are arising now. Stay with them, name them, welcome them, but look at them, and they will give you a picture of how you will be and how you will feel in daily life in 10 years from now. How do you feel? Like if I think of one of my situations that I was like some months ago, and I have to project it in 10 years, I'm freaking out, I tell you, really. So stay some more minutes in this situation, if you can deal with it. Write down the emotions and the sensations, and where do you feel them in your body? Like head, thorax, the breast, the back, the legs, whatever, hands. Write it down. And if you can, write down few words which are describing, let's say 3 words which are describing how you see yourself in 10 years from now, if you are still in this painful but cozy situation. Now it's cozy, in 10 years from now, how it is. In this moment where you see what you wrote down, look at it, read it, sensations, emotions, 3 words which are depicting you in 10 years from now. Look at it, and now, not tomorrow, now, take a commitment to change this situation, to create a different future. I know it's still a future, but you don't like it. I'm sure you don't like it. If it's painful enough, yeah, even if you made it cozy now, in 10 years from now, it won't be cozy anymore. You will need lots of pillows, yeah? So in this moment, read it and make a commitment to change it. And say how you want that your future is different. Write 3 other words that will describe you in a different situation, how you want to see yourself in 10 years from now. 3 words, how you want to see yourself 10 years from now, which means probably not in the same situation. And then, if in case I'm too fast, you can anyway look it again and pause it and write down, okay? But don't put so much time in it, yeah? Really go with what's coming up, yeah? because we don't want to stay too much in this painful situation. Because in 10 years from now, the painful situation is really painful. It's not nice, I tell you. Then decide, for example, that you want to ask a friend or ask someone that you think that is someone that you can think that is can be of a support for you in your journey. Can be a friend, can be someone of the family, but can be someone also outside the family. Can also be a colleague which you know you have a good connection with, but is anyway clear in his or her words, and you have a clear connection to him or her, and you know that if she or he needs to say something to you, she will be clear. She or he will say it in a respectful way and with love. Yeah. So these three things: clear, respectful, and loveful way. So choose, and in the next days, you will have to tell this person, you see, I want to change this situation. I saw myself in 10 years. I don't like it. I want to change it in this other way. I tell you that I want to make some changes. Yeah. And I don't know how it will come out, but the first change that I want to do is to talk to you about this commitment. Check in then after 3 days from when you did this exercise and see how, if you did something. Check after 1 week from when you did the exercise, what happened, and start choosing the next actions, the next steps to go towards your future. Yeah. When it's getting weak, look at what you wrote about the 10 years from now. Feel a little bit of pain, but sometimes it's helpful. It's not always helpful, but sometimes it's helpful. And decide the next step. Nevertheless, look back and see your successes. Successes are also first step telling your friend, please keep me accountable. I want to do step by step a journey which is bringing me near and nearer to the future that I see for myself. This is the first success. So after 1 week, after 3 months, after 1 year, after some years, always check. Do some check-ins with yourself and with your friend to see where are you going. Yeah, and the checking is also not only to keep you accountable on your steps, but also to celebrate your successes, which are the small steps. But the small steps, I tell you, are making you small step after small step. You're coming out of your little cozy but painful hole. Remember, it's always painful. You're just putting pillows inside so that it's nice and cozy. Yeah? So you need little step, little step, and slowly you will come out. So just as a recap, and then I will see if there are some comments and some questions. Why is it so difficult to come out? It's because we have assumptions that it is like it is and has to be like that, and we deserve to be in this situation. Sometimes really painful also to think about it, but sometimes it is like that. We make excuses, which are the pillows, which are making our situation cozy, and because we feel unsafe regarding the future, and we feel more safe in our present, even if it's painful and uncozy and cozy. Okay, there are already some questions arriving. Do the little, I will answer in some minutes, do the little exercise, and if sometimes you lose the path, you can look at what you have written and keep accountable with a friend. So let's start. I have already one here and here not. Okay. So one question. So how does embodiment help to get out of the painful situation? A great question. Yeah. I didn't want to make it so long, but maybe we need really some time to talk about it. And okay. No, actually not. Seems you're talking how someone should decide if he needs to divorce now. So different possibilities, different topics. If I'm talking about my experience in university doing this own exam so many times, I should have, I would have liked to have the possibility of knowing these things and recognize that I was exactly in a painful situation and knowing which assumptions I was creating. So I was already creating the path to stay in that situation. So not studying enough or not being happy about how the professor was creating the course, which maybe was also an excuse. Creating many excuses like, but one part I can do it perfectly and the other one is always failing, so there is something not working with that. So somehow taking my responsibility, but also giving responsibility also to someone else and not seeing really that, yeah, maybe I had some problems with this professor, but really I had to finish to study completely, and for sure I had to and then now we arrive to the embodiment practices and the embodiment thing. I would have liked to know how to use some embodiment tools to center myself and to be able to deal with stressful situations, because for me it was a big stressful situation. I always had problems with exams, and in that case it was really getting really tip top, really at the maximum level. But for someone else can be some problems with a colleague, yeah? So they don't know how to talk to some colleagues, they get always strange feedbacks, or they're talking nicely and the other one is talking back in a strange way, or the other way around, or whatever, yeah? Or workload in the job, and how to talk with the supervisor, how to say, yeah, but till here it's possible, afterwards not, and not being able to create boundaries, for example. So first of all, we should understand that we are creating assumptions and excuses, and that we are afraid to get out of our painful situation, yeah? And then this exercise can help us to see really that if we stay in this situation, it will be really painful, and we won't like really our situation, yeah, our life, let's say. Nevertheless, if we continue to stay in the situation, can be that in 10 years from now we will create so many pillows that we won't really feel that is so painful, yeah. But because I'm an embodiment coach and I have this thing of wanting to help everyone to feel better and to live a better life, something that they really feel that they are happy to be in, to live, to create, I would prefer that you do the exercise so that you can see that it's really painful to be in 10 years from now in this situation. So going back to the other part of the question. So this thing is applicable to any kind of situations, yeah, any kind. But going back to the first part is about embodiment. And yes, one of the things of embodiment is that it gives tools to, first of all, to create a dialogue with your body. Yeah. So when I was saying feel the sensations and the emotion which are arising, yeah, and feel where do you feel them on the chest, on the arms, on the hands, head, on your throat, or on your legs. Sometimes people feel the need to run, for example, or sometimes people they feel big headaches, or someone else is feeling big pain in the belly area, and so on. So recalling a situation, yeah, and then feeling the sensations and trying to place them, trying to understand where do I feel them. Yeah, it's already a big thing that you are doing. Yeah, and as we do every Tuesday morning, our movement practice, and actually, I would hope that then you continue each day to bring your movement practice into your daily routine, yeah? Choosing one moment of the day to do your movement practice. So the movement practice is helping to create this dialogue, to create this possibility of listening to yourself. And when you listen to yourself, really getting aware step by step, like I say, usually drops of awareness, yeah? Step by step, getting aware of sensations arising, emotions, feelings in the body. Where do I feel those things, and how can I change how do I feel? Yeah, and knowing that the posture is related to our history, knowing that the posture can also be changed, and the posture that we bring outside is how we are, and all those things. So actually having a good, not only a good, but really just choosing, okay, now I will start my movement practice. Each day I can start like that. This was the last movement practice of the last week, but I repropose it because it's one of the simplest ones that you can really bring it into the day, and you don't need really to stop and do anything strange. So is to put some reminders, let's say on the mobile phone, and when it's ringing, you just stop a moment, breathe out. How do I feel? Anxious or relaxed already. I'm angry because that person did not. Or oh, I'm happy because actually I reached this thing. And so on. So how do I feel? And do I have some sensations arising? Naming, welcoming, okay, and feeling the feet on the ground, relaxing belly, relaxing the jaw, and the tongue. So, and then starting again the rest of the day. And you can do this multiple times per day, so that it's getting really something. It's the first way to start getting in touch with how do you feel, how you are, what are the sensations, and so on. And other practices can be really, I wake up in the morning, I put my feet on the ground, I'm still sitting on my bed, I feel the ground on my feet, and each time that I breathe out, my bottom is thinking, really going inside the bed, which doesn't mean you have to fall asleep again. It's just to feel your weight, which is going inside the bed, yeah, inside, in the ground, yeah. And if you want, you can also bring their attention on some parts of the body which are calling your attention. For example, in this moment, for me, the fingers are calling my attention, and they are a little bit tickling, they're a little bit, calling me, and okay, my fingers, hello fingers, and then you can decide, another breathe out, and you get up and you start your day. So, and there are many other movement practices that you can do. There are already some on the YouTube channel and also on this Facebook page that you can look at. And if you want more, you can contact me. And the other thing is, and I will talk in another video in the next days or the next week, the other possibility to be accountable, to keep accountable, or anyway to create a journey of changing, of transformation, it's really to contact a coach. And as I said the last time in the last Embodiment Café, with a normal coaching, you have some tools, and with embodiment coaching, you also have another really powerful tool, which is the body. And going through the body, you can bypass some stuckness in when sometimes you cannot find the right words, or you cannot get some insights through the cognitive level. You can reach it through movements or simple poses and so on. So yeah, embodiment is bringing drops of awareness into your daily life. If you do movement practice, better. And if you are starting a journey, it's also good if you want to reach an embodiment coach. I'm an embodiment coach, so I talk for embodiment coaches, and so that you have more tools. The ones that I'm giving here are tools which are general, which are applicable more or less to everyone, but also general that sometimes they cannot really be so punctual, really arrive specific at the point that you need to reach. So when you have a coach at your side, with which you are doing the journey together, then you have also specific tools for your journey. Yeah. So I hope I was answering to everything. I will have a look if there are some other. Yeah, no. So today was a little bit longer than usual. I'm sorry. I did not see really good the time. I thought we had done till 2 o'clock instead. No. But I hope this was helpful, and I hope that it was clear. If you still have some questions, or if the question has arisen later, you can write in the comments underneath, or you can write me an email at embodiment@alessandracarelse.com. And yeah, comment below, tell me how it is going, and yeah, see you the next week, Monday, 1:15 p.m. for the next Embodiment Café. If you want to have some specific questions answered, you can send it to me and I will create a video for you. And otherwise, tomorrow morning, 8:30 in the morning, we have our movement practice for this week. And again, thank you for being here present with me. And I wish you a good embodied day and week. See you tomorrow or the next